If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, the return. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on.
Wow, guys. Wow. This is a show we were not expecting to have, but we're having it. Cam Newton signs with the New England Patriots. I'm here. Usually I'm joined with Alexis and Daniel, but and Max. But today we're actually joined with Mr. Sean Abroff, one of our writers and analysts at the Right Way Sports Network. How's it going, Sean?
Yeah, it's going great, man. Happy to be here today.
Awesome. Max, as always, my brother. How's it going?
It's going great.
A lot to talk about. Cam Newton to the Patriots. Let's jump right into it. Max, instant reaction. Let's hear it.
Let's not overblow it. Cam Newton, former MVP winner, made a recent appearance in the Super Bowl, but what have we seen recently? We've seen decline. We've seen that not only has he not been able to stay on the field, but when he's on the field, he's not very productive. So if there's a coach that can get the best out of him, it's Bill Belichick. We know that. But let's not jump the gun, Patriots fans. It's going to be a process. There's a reason why this deal is structured the way it is with a lot of incentives. Bill knows that he's taking a risk. Patriots fans need to be patient and understand now with a virtual offseason, it makes learning the playbook a little bit harder. It's going to take time for him to adjust.
Sean?
I'm in love with it. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm 100% with Max. Don't jump the gun on this. Let's not crown the Patriots getting back to another Super Bowl right away. But this is a former MVP, like Max said, a guy who has been to a Super Bowl. We can't deny that this is one of the most unique talents to be in the NFL within the past 10 to 15 years. You put that with arguably the greatest coaching staff of the 21st century, sky's the limit. But like Max said, we've also seen some decline. This has been hampered by injuries, and with him actually sitting out most of the season, we have seen a lot of rest from Cam Newton. This is a thing that a lot of athletes do. They overpressure their bodies. Well, now you have Cam. He's well rested. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and don't be surprised if he fulfills almost every one of those incentives.
I love this signing. I called this signing. I said it would happen. I spoke it into existence. And Cam Newton, the Dab King, is a New England Patriot. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I told Daniel Joseph Alameda on the podcast last week, I said, Daniel, hold your horses, because if Cam Newton signs with the New England Patriots, I'm taking the Patriots to win the division. He said, no, it's the Bills division. Max, you are my witness. Did he or did he not say this?
He did say that.
I said, listen, we still don't know where Cam Newton signs. I said, if Cam Newton signs with the Patriots, would that change your opinion? He says, maybe. Maybe. Well, Cam Newton is now a New England Patriot. That isn't a maybe so. That isn't a... It's a fact. It's happening. Cam Newton is a New England Patriot, and as these guys said before, former league MVP. We know what a healthy Cam Newton brings. To me, the Panthers were psychotic to let him go to sign Teddy Bridgewater, who I think is not even half the quarterback Cam Newton is. That's my opinion. That's no knock against Teddy Bridgewater. But I think when Cam Newton is healthy, and now you mean to tell me you give Cam Newton the stability of a Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick at head coach? I thought we're going to see the best Cam. And let me tell you something. The last time we seen the best Cam was in 2015 when he was talked down on, when people didn't believe in him, when people said, you know what, Cam Newton's washed. His number one receiver, Kelvin Benjamin, towards his ACL. This team is not making it. And Cam Newton, proceeded to then put up 50 touchdown passes on his way to a league MVP. This Cam Newton that we're getting this year, a motivated Cam Newton that we're getting this year, times that with the motivated Bill Belichick, who everyone is questioning the throne. Everyone is questioning, is he the greatest coach of football in football, or was he just a product of having Tom Brady on his team? A motivated Cam Newton, a motivated Bill Belichick. This is dynamite, guys. This is freaking dynamite. And let me tell you something. You guys don't usually see me hyped up like this, but I'm hyped because I knew this is exactly the thing he needed. This is the exact team that he needed. This is the exact coaching he needed. And that division, every single year, it's the Patriots' division for the taking. Even when the Patriots weren't even at their best last year, they beat the Buffalo Bills, not once, but twice. So, Daniel, I'm sure you'll see this. I hope you have your read receipts because I told you this would happen. And I'm also going to tell you something else. The Patriots are going to win that division easily. Your response?
I disagree.
Guys.
I think that's nonsense. Okay. Let me start. Okay. I think that Cam Newton won't even start till maybe, and I say maybe, week 4 against the Chiefs, and that's assuming that they lose games to the Dolphins, Seahawks, Raiders, or any mix of that game and those games. And why do I say that? Not because he doesn't have the ability to start, but because, like I mentioned earlier, virtual off season, he's going to need to learn a new playbook. Okay. So with that in mind, it's going to take time for him to actually get reps with his team.
Sure.
And there's no way, even with the whole Jared Stidham nonsense, which I never believed, and I stand by that. Brian Hoyer should start week 1 and probably should start week 2. So
You're
with
ridiculous.
that in mind,
You're ridiculous. Just
Malik, can I jump in here real quick?
Sure.
So you're saying like it's all about the system. The system was Tom Brady for 20 years, and Tom Brady's much more than a system quarterback. You can change this system. You have one of the best offensive minds we've ever seen. Name a better play designer than Josh McDaniels. I challenge you. Maybe Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
Yeah, Andy Reid. But like this is one of the best play designers of my lifetime. This system can change. And about the receiver reps, Malik, were you not the one telling me that Joe Burrow's already getting reps with his receivers?
I didn't say anything about receiver reps. Max said something.
I know,
about
but I'm saying like just like theoretically, like is Brady not getting flack for right now for actually holding like
absolutely?
So yes, you can get reps with your receivers, and not to mention Demir Byrd is a former receiver,
right,
of Cam Newton's. You have it might not be top heavy, but you have a lot of receiver depth there. And Keel Harry's a first-round pick for a reason. Julian Edelman's a veteran who has been productive for how many years now? Right. Same with Mohamed Sanu, a guy that Cam Newton already knows. This is not top-heavy receiver depth chart, but it's filled with depth. Not to mention, Cam Newton for years has been productive with guys like Fozzie Whitaker, Jonathan Stewart. Those were guys before Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. Now let's look at the backfield. You have Sony Michel. You have Rex Burkhead. You have James White.
Exactly.
This is an offense that could be easily tailored for Cam Newton before we know it. And yes, your concerns are more than valid, but I'm saying they could be easily overcome.
My point is, Cam Newton. We saw what a healthy Cam Newton could do with lesser talent in the 2015 season, right? We saw what he could do. Now he's going to the Patriots. Now I understand where you're coming from, Max. When you say, "Hey, the Patriots." Who is he going to throw to? Who does he have necessarily? He does have Mohamed Sanu, right? He does have Julian Edelman. We're acting like he doesn't have talented players around him. Now, the reason why I trust a healthy Cam Newton, and this is all presumptive saying that he's healthy. The reason why I trust a healthy Cam Newton is because I saw a healthy Cam Newton with lesser talent. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
But how has he played since then? How has he played since then?
You're also talking about Cam Newton, who had one of the worst offensive lines with the Carolina Panthers. This is a fact. So I'm saying with Cam Newton with a healthier offensive line, one of the best offensive lines in football.
I think that's
top 10. Top 10. Can we say top 10? Top 10? Top 15? Top 15?
Maybe.
You can do a lot worse. You can do a lot worse than the New England Patriots offensive line.
Okay. I'll give you that.
And I think with the as Sean pointed to, with the schematics of Josh McDaniels, with the discipline of that football team, I think Cam Newton is dangerous. I think he's sneaky dangerous, guys. This excites me. This really excites me. I think Cam Newton is going to prove everyone wrong. And wait, somebody said, David, you said, I can't believe Cam Newton is all of a sudden he's an upgrade over Brady because what a healthy Cam Newton is able to do on the field. Brady is a 40-plus-year-old quarterback who is a pocket passer who, to be quite honest with you, if you get pressure on him, his game, it throws him off his game. Cam Newton is what I think the reason why everyone is excited about the Cam Newton acquisition is because Cam Newton is a dual threat quarterback. We're not saying we're going to get the former, reigning rookie of the year or MVP Cam Newton, but even if we get a slimmer of that, I think it's going to turn a lot of people's heads. Guys, something else I want to add to. The Patriots, this is a developing story. The Patriots have been handed down penalties for the Cincinnati sideline December game. Remember that whole thing where the Patriots had people filming the Bengals coaching hands? Here's what the Patriots lost. It's a $1.1 million in club fines, loss of a third-round pick in the 2021 draft. The Patriots television production crews will not be allowed to shoot any games during the 2020 football season. And senior club officials will have required training on league operation and game policy. So the Patriots were hit hard. They lost a third-round pick. They were fined $1.1 million. And, well, their training officials have to go through a training seminar to make sure that they actually know how to correctly film during a game. And on top of that, there was one more thing. They are not able to shoot games throughout the season. What are your reactions on that? So they got Cam Newton, right? So their fan base is like, yes, we got Cam Newton. Oh, we lost a third-round pick.
Leave it to the Patriots. Leave it to the Patriots to let bad information leak when this happens.
Right.
And this is why, and I'm not even trying to be, a hater. That's why they're one of the best run organizations in all of sports, because they know when to leak stuff out. They know when to have negative press, right when they have good press, because what are people going to be talking about? They're going to, for the next couple of weeks, they're going to be talking about the new acquisition, how he fits in the offense. They're not going to be talking about the fines, which frankly should garner the same amount of attention, in my opinion.
Right.
Can we highlight the third-round pick, though? Like, that's like a significant draft pick. The Patriots are the kings of the middle round. They are so good in the middle rounds. I swear, nobody picks worse than the first round in the Patriots. I feel like they consistently bust there. But they have guys like Chase Vinovich, Jacoby Brissett. They land these guys in the middle round. Julian Edelman was a 7th-round pick. These guys are great at scouting. This third-round pick could cost the Patriots a lot more than we're realizing, especially in my early scouting, a draft class that projects to be very deep. This is supposed to be a very deep draft class. This is they got Trey Flowers in like the 4th or 5th round. Right. They know how to get rotational players in the mid-round, especially along that defensive line, which Bill Belichick loves to be flexible with.
Right.
They are fantastic at that. So now without that third-round pick, that's a significant piece they could be losing, a piece they hit on very often, and that's something that needs to be highlighted along with the fine.
So I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention, guys, that Max Marrero, our guy Max Marrero, is a Miami Dolphins fan. So anything that he says, anything that David says, who's in the chat, they're Miami Dolphins fans. Max, where do you live?
I live in Miami, Florida.
There we go. Bias. It's a beautiful area. Bias, though. No, but all jokes aside. Listen, the Cam Newton signing, we can all agree, is a positive. It's better than the Patriots trotting out an unknown product in Jarrett Stidham. Can we agree to that?
I totally agree.
And I think if Cam Newton is healthy, this is all presumptive that Cam Newton is healthy. You're putting him together with the greatest football coach of all time, only neck and neck with Vince Lombardi. To me, I think the Patriots. Listen, they were still my picks to win the division, but I think this pushes it over the edge now, because I think now that they don't have to play, they don't have to play scared. They don't have to play to protect a lead. They don't have to play conservative throughout the entire game. Now with Cam Newton, a guy who has league experience, a guy who has been there before, I think the Patriots are deadly. I know David disagrees, but I really think the Patriots can be deadly. This is all presuming that Cam Newton is a healthy Cam Newton. We know he's a motivated Cam Newton. But this is saying if he's a healthy Cam Newton with a better offensive line as well.
I totally agree. And the last, Max keeps saying, what about a healthy Cam Newton? The last time we saw that, I wouldn't even argue this is a fully healthy Cam Newton, was 2018. If I remember correctly, his arm started to go downhill. 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, nearly 68% passing, not to mention the 500 rushing yards and 4 additional touchdowns.
Right.
That is more than good enough to have this team in playoff contention, and now a 7-team playoff format, if not winning the division.
Right.
That is exactly what the Patriots needed. They needed a proven product who knows they can play 16 games, who receivers know they can rely on, and doesn't put the burden on the receivers to get open and make plays, because he is a playmaker himself and has been since the day he entered the league.
Right. Guys.
So
yeah, go ahead. Go, Max.
Okay, what I was going to say is, and Sean, your point is taken, I think it's a valid point. The stats don't lie. But what happened since then? 2 significant injuries. Do we even have the same guy? Even since then.
That's the question.
That's the biggest question.
That's the question.
And that's why it's an incentive-laden deal. That being said, we can't deny Cam Newton is an upgrade. It's an upgrade.
Absolutely.
It's an upgrade. And guys, listen, we only want to jump on for a few quick moments. Obviously, we have the podcast, the Right Way podcast, coming up on Tuesday. We'll dive deeper and deeper into this thing. But guys, this is good. This is good for the Patriots. Maybe not for the rest of the league. Maybe not for the division. But it's good for the Patriots. And if I was a Patriots fan, listen, grab your Cam Newton jerseys. Start to hit the dab. Be excited. You got Cam Newton. You got the former League MVP. I'm a believer in the Patriots this year. I'll leave it at that. Guys, anything left to say?
No, I think you
get excited. Get excited, not too excited. Let's calm down. Tuesday night, I will debunk why the Patriots aren't going back to prominence. Look forward to it.
We can't wait to talk with Max more. Sean, thanks for joining us. Maybe we got to have Sean on the podcast this week. Who knows, man? Maybe we'll have Sean on the podcast and we'll talk a little bit. I can't wait to talk to Daniel Alameda to hear his opinion now, because Daniel loves to not keep his read receipts, and Daniel loves to say, I knew this would happen, or I said it would happen. I can't wait to talk with Daniel Alameda. One of the few times I can't wait to talk to Daniel Alameda. This is exciting. Bills fans think that they can win the division, but the Pats are still still good, bro. Right. So listen, super excited. Thank you guys for joining into the Right Way quick talk podcast. Live stream podcast where we just talked about everything. Join us Tuesday night, 9 p.m. where we'll be talking everything. We'll have our regular crew back here. But until then, guys, as always, the show will goes on. Log in, subscribe to our YouTube channel down below. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you're staying up to date with all our content. Follow us on Twitter at TWSNet with TTs, on Facebook, The Right Way Sports Network, on Instagram at TWSNet_. Guys, we are always talking things football, NBA, UFC, does not matter. We had Sean O'Malley on a few weeks ago. So things are really taking off here for us. We're super, super excited. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you on Tuesday night.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, the return. If you are what you say